ever since the day that you went away. You went away. You've been sending flowers, flowers to me. Flowers today, flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms again. Flowers, flowers to me. Flowers today, flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms. Sending flowers.
Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am Ella, and I don't upload that often, but I really want to start uploading more often. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial for the generic roleplay game. I recently got into this game, like 2 or 3 days ago, and I couldn't find any good in-depth tutorials or beginner tutorials. So, since I'm still mostly a beginner, I've only been leader once, for a very short period of time, I thought I'd give a little tutorial on just how I'm currently making money. This method is working for me. I don't really care about getting a lot of money in the game. It's definitely, I stay at a good, like 5,000, 6,000. Like owning, I keep that amount of money usually, and so in my opinion it's a good money maker, and I can afford any of the roles, stuff like that, and so I think it's a good money maker. But anyway, let's get into this video and I will give you some good tips and tricks and what I personally do to make money in generic roleplay game. So when you join, it's of course I personally prefer to spawn in as a peasant because sometimes peasant admissions are free and they're still typically cheaper than to immediately spawn in as a peasant. So I personally prefer this method more. Now, I have done a lot of tests to figure out the prices of certain things, but some prices are not fixed, such as the food price, the peasant admissions, that may be free, that may not be free, wages, all of those kind of things are going to differ on how much money you make. This money-making method doesn't really go a lot with the tax rate or the wages or anything like that. It's a very, good grinding method because it doesn't have anything. The price is always going to be the price, but some things are still undecided, like how many money trees will spawn, the food price, how much it'll cost to get yourself more food, all of that stuff. So it can still be a bit more expensive or a bit cheaper. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in as a peasant. And the first thing you're going to do is just spawn in as a peasant, and you're going to have to make up a certain amount of money. Now, if you've already been playing, you may have enough money. I have figured out that the starting price for all of this supplies is $660 with a $15 per minute rent. And of course there may be a bit added to that depending on peasant admissions. So you do have to put that into account. But trust me, this is worth it. You are going to make a good profit off of this, at least I do. So yes. You can go ahead and head on in. And you gotta make sure someone is in the chair. And then you're gonna go ahead and sit. And peasant admission is free. And the first thing you're gonna do is head on over here to the left into the shop. Nobody is here. Okay, you're gonna buy yourself a good hammer for 10. This may take a while. Alright, get a good hammer. I recommend a good hammer. It's cheap, but it still works for the amount of hammering you're going to need to do. And then you're going to want to get a best axe. Now, it is $50. So you're gonna get, ignore the chaos around me. I'm just gonna choose volume. Okay. So once you got a best hammer and a good hammer, go ahead and buy a best food if you have the extra money. Go ahead and buy best food. Just to keep on you. You shouldn't have to eat too much because your house will be growing trees. So you shouldn't have to eat the rice very often, but just to be safe in case your house doesn't grow food trees or there's a scarcity in food, stuff like that. So go ahead and buy yourself a house. So you can come over here to the houses and buy yourself a house and go ahead and upgrade it to the max level for 280, and that'll be $15 a minute for rent. And then you're gonna get out your hammer and you're gonna hammer the door until it gets to max level.
Go ahead and just hammer away. This is going to take you quite a while. This does get you money though. It gets you $1 per fix. So if you want to spend the extra, you can get a best hammer and this will go a bit faster, but I don't mind doing it with a good hammer. It works just as well. It still gets the job done without breaking. So go ahead and do that. Oh, there is a flash flood. So once I'm finished here, we'll go ahead and farm water, but this is perfect because that means the farms will be freshly grown when we get our farm cart here in a sec.
Now, the reason you're going to upgrade your house like this is your house is going to grow trees when it is upgraded. It will grow 4 trees whenever it is upgraded to level 2. It'll still grow 4 trees, so if you'd like to spend less, then you could do that. It'll be $5 a minute, and you will get 4 trees. But I like to go ahead and do the max upgrade where I get 9 trees, and then that's about, I typically at least grow 1 money tree, and it usually, if I don't grow that, I at least get a present, and that each money tree gets you $100, so that's $100 right there for 1 money tree, so that is a good money maker. So I recommend getting the max one, just so you have 9 possibilities of a money tree growing. So once you finish that, I'm just gonna put some things away in my inventory real quick. So once you finish with that, just head outside and you'll see the garden. You're going to go ahead and walk down this path and go to this building that says farm carts. And for $300, you are going to buy a farm cart. Yes, sir? Sure, but I'm making a YouTube video. Yeah, you can show me.
Have you ever tried this? I don't even know if that's possible. You stick it in the hole, and then look how it's worked out. It's over around in there.
That is nice, except I use the square crackers.
Right.
But other than that, that's actually really smart. Could you close my door? Okay, thank you. Love you. Okay, so once you get a farm cart, you're gonna go ahead and go to the farm and just start farming. And after a couple minutes, the trees will have grown on your house. And that's when you can go ahead and head to your house and start chopping down trees. And basically the whole rest of what you're doing is just farming with your farm cart and cutting down trees. And eventually the rice out here will get very scarce and you will be waiting for a flash flood to come, and that's when you will be able to farm some more. So yeah, you're just gonna keep farming. So I'll farm this row, and then I'll just probably farm for like another 2 minutes, and then we'll go check out when my house has those. Yay, I think it has. Is this my house? No, this is my house. Okay, the house has grown trees. So you're gonna go ahead and get out your axe and just start tapping to cut down the tree. And there's $100 right there. Plus another 100, that's 200. Then over here we've got a normal tree, so that's going to be 205. A food tree, so that's going to get us some food. Plus 20 food. A normal tree, so now we got 110. A yellow present, these get you 100, so that's 310. Another food, that's 40 food. And here's another money tree, 410. And lastly, these presents are worth 50, so that is $460 just from cutting down those trees. Now, how much you make, of course, will vary because it is completely random of which trees are going to grow. That's really all the tips I have, I believe. I'm going to put in the comment section a couple of extra tips you can try. You can also do fishing. Fishing is a great way to make a bit of extra food, but I don't really think it's a good way to get money, personally. Here, let's go to my house so it's a little quieter. Anyway though, that's about it. That's all the tips I have. Of course, I will voice over a screen recording of me doing the math and talk about a bit more math here in a second. But thank you so much for watching. And remember that Jesus loves you. And you are fantastic and beautiful. And I love you. And I will see you all next time. Bye. Okay, hi. So these are the final, prices. And then I'll go over the math and the profit. So we have a final earnings of $2,183. An hour of rent is $900. Rent is $15 a minute, and the starting tools are $660. Okay, so here's me doing the math earlier. I don't necessarily remember what I did, so this is going to be kind of confusing. Okay, so here's me figuring out how much I earned by taking out, what I started with from that, and then I took out the beginning prices, the $900 rent, and the $200 and the $660, and that left me with this. So the total profit and the final earnings are $2,183. So those are the total profit. In my opinion, it's worth it. You can decide for yourselves if it's worth it. Of course, you may make a little more or a little less, depending on the prices of things. Once again, I also may have made a little more, if I hadn't bought Landlord. And, hold on, I'm running out of time. Anyway, that's really all I have to say. That's really all I had figured out. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. And if I know the answers, I will reply to you. Thank you so much for watching this video once again. I will see you all next time. Bye!